Deflation. The golden retriever had a plan, a smart one. Save 10 leaves. Buy apple-flavored chew toy. Chew toy aren't happiness. Chew toy, status. Chew toy, taste of economic victory. So he saves, day by day, belly growling, tail wagging in discipline. And just as he's about to march into Doggy Mart with his leaf pouch held high, he sees it. The price dropped. 1 leaf cheaper. Dog pauses. Wait 1 more week, he says. Smart dog waits. Smarter dog gets deal. So he waits. Then the price drops again, and again, until finally, proud and financially smug, he prances in to buy his long-awaited chew toy, and finds nothing but a sad balloon tied to an empty shelf. The toy company, gone, bankrupt, out of bones. The only thing left, a clearance bin full of disappointment and discontinued dog dreams. Dog sits outside the store, balloon in mouth, questioning existence. Why stuff get cheaper, but dogs still feel broke? Worse. Why did economy collapse the moment dog became responsible? This wasn't supposed to happen. Dog thought being smart with leaves was good, but now no chew toy, no toy maker, just dog, alone, with balloon. Everyone told dog, falling prices are good, deals, discounts, doggy heaven. But they didn't say what happens when everyone starts waiting, when every good boy and girl holds their leaves hoping for tomorrow's better price. Stores close, jobs vanish, apple orchards stop growing, even squirrels start looking nervous. Flashback, dog skipping brunch with the pack. No thanks, I'll wait for happy hour, he said with pride. That hour never came. He ended up with no mimosa, no apple pie, and 0 friends. Just an overripe apple in a paper bag labeled savings. Spoiler, the bag was moldy. And then, we enter the doggy mall. Prices falling like leaves in autumn. Big sale signs becoming everything must go, becoming everything gone. Shopkeepers packing up. One shouts, back never. Dog chases them with leaves. Too late. The economy didn't crash. It ghosted. Dog looks at his 10 leaves. Still there. Still worth something. But now, nothing left to chew. Dog sits with balloon. No chew toy. No joy. Just confusion. Why did saving feel like losing? The answer? It starts when everyone becomes dog. Waiting. Watching. Whispering. Cheaper tomorrow. Businesses get nervous. Prices drop. More waiting. More dropping. Until the whole economy plays tug-of-war and no one pulls. The rope snaps. Everyone falls, dog included, into a hole of discounts and despair. First to fall, Corgi the cookie baker. Business was slow. Maybe if I make cookies cheaper, he thought. So he did. 2 leaves. 1 leaf, half a leaf. But bones don't bake themselves. Oven breaks. Corgi can't fix. Shop closes. Now dog can afford cookies. But there are none. Cheaper cookies. 0 cookies. Dog logic achieved. Economy logic broken. Meanwhile, dog's student loan is still 20 apples. When he took it, job paid 5 leaves an hour. Now? 1 leaf, maybe half if it's raining. Loan didn't shrink. Leaves did. Dog is running in place. On a treadmill powered by debt, slipping, panting, wondering how education costs more than his entire kitchen, which now contains 1 spoon, expired peanut butter, and dreams. So dog turns to crypto. If I can't chew apples, maybe I'll collect virtual ones. Dogecoins, pixel paw prints, he hoards. Tells friends, they'll be worth more later. But no one spends. Economy freezes. Dogecoin City becomes a GIF museum. Entry price, 1 bark. Inside, holograms of things that used to exist. Like chew toys. Like hope. Then quiet. Not peaceful quiet. Mall food court at 3 a.m. Quiet. Prices low. Spirits lower. Every dog waiting for better deal that never comes. And what's left? Orchards with no buyers. Shops with no shoppers. Dogs with no jobs. Leaves losing meaning. Economy built on waiting becomes one giant pause button. No movement, no chewing, no fun. But not all is lost. Dog sits by the orchard. Tree drops an apple. Just 1. Dog doesn't wait. He eats it. The tree smiles. The economy shivers. In a good way. Maybe, just maybe, the answer isn't to stop saving. It's to stop freezing, to realize that spending wisely is part of the cycle, part of keeping the orchard alive. Because if no one buys the apples, squirrels take over. And squirrels, they don't accept leaves. They charge rent in acorns and chaos. Retriever had been patient, maybe too patient. He had watched prices drop like leaves in autumn, holding on to his 10 little leaves like they were golden tickets. Every time he passed the store, the chew toy was cheaper. First 9 leaves, then 7, then 5. At 3 leaves, he got excited. At 2, he smiled in his sleep. At 1, he told himself, tomorrow. At 0, well, there was no tomorrow. Just a shuttered storefront, a dusty glass window, and a real estate sign that read, for lease. Previously fun. Where the toy store used to be stood a curious sight. A cat in sunglasses, perched behind a folding table, offering something called NFT lollipops. The cat purred, "They don't squeak, but they're limited edition." Dog tilted his head. "Do they taste like apple?" The cat didn't answer. He just grinned and offered a brochure printed on vapor. Dog backed away. Something had gone terribly wrong. At home, Dog laid out his leaves on the floor. 10 perfect leaves. Untouched. Unscratched. Completely useless. He tried to trade them for pizza. No dice. The pizza stand was gone too. He tried the cookie shop. Boarded up. He even tried the shady squirrel who used to sell acorn smoothies behind the garbage bin. Closed for business. Invested everything in Nutcoin. Said a crumpled note stuck to the dumpster. No refunds. Dog sat in silence. Not the good kind. Not the cozy, rainy afternoon with a chew toy kind. The heavy kind. The kind where even his tail forgot how to wag. He had done everything right. He saved. He waited. He made smart financial decisions. And somehow, he ended up with nothing but memories of a chew toy that never was. He remembered what the old Labrador used to say, the one who barked at clouds and knew things. An apple saved is good, but an uneaten apple just turns into compost. Back then, Dog thought it was just cranky bark talk, but now it made sense. Everyone had been saving, everyone had been waiting. And in the process, the economy, Dogland's once bustling, treat-filled paradise, froze. Like an old bone in a forgotten freezer, Dog imagined the apple orchard, trees full of apples, ripe and ready, but no dogs picking them, no paws reaching out, no trade, no chew, just apples falling, rotting, getting mushy, and sinking into the dirt. The squirrels, always opportunists, saw the emptiness and moved in. They built condos. They set up toll booths. One even wore a little mayor sash. When Dog asked if he could just nap under a tree, the squirrel said, "Sure, that'll be 2 acorns per hour, plus tail tax." Dog didn't even know what tail tax was. He just left. That's when it hit him. Spending isn't the enemy. Fear is. The fear of buying too soon. The fear of missing a better deal. The fear that makes every dog hold back just long enough for the world to stall. And in that stall, dreams don't pause. They expire. Dog looked at his leaves one last time. He didn't feel proud. He felt silly. He hadn't saved wisely. He had waited fearfully. And that fear had turned apples into applesauce, dreams into vapor, chew toys into economic casualties. Saving is smart. But if everyone's waiting for perfect timing, nothing ever happens. And when nothing happens, not even squirrels can save you. Later that week, Dog walked past the toy aisle. It was quiet, not peaceful, empty, haunted. The shelves held dust and echoes. A place that once smelled like excitement now smelled like cardboard. He stood there for a while, holding a single leaf, listening. Nothing. Not even a squeak. He turned to the camera, face sincere, ears slightly droopy. "In dog economics," he said softly, "the only thing worse than inflation is the sound of a silent toy aisle." A gust of wind blew. The last discount tag floated to the floor. He blinked. Then, with a little shrug and a lopsided grin, he whispered, "Subscribe before the orchard becomes a squirrel mall," and walked off screen, leaves trailing behind.